right, guys and gals, we are back. Welcome back to Whiskey and Wolves. It feels like, I don't know how long it's been since y'all have seen us, but it feels like I've been a long time since I've seen y'all. Thank you for being here. We got another really cool show today. We are going to talk today about some of the things that you as a human can do that can be fun interactive activities for you and your dog. Really simple ways just to have fun with your dog that really are common sense, but maybe we just don't think about them or do them all the time.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think this is kind of the bulk of my training philosophy is having fun with your dog and doing things that both of you enjoy. I think it's gonna be a really cool topic.
Absolutely.
But before then, whiskey, please.
Man. So hey, listen, we were talking about this right before we came on the show today, and I was like, man, one of the most fun things about choosing whiskey for the show is the idea that we're not whiskey connoisseurs. We don't actually know a lot about whiskey. But man, we love it and we love to drink it. So I bought one that I've seen in a million bars, and it's Willet. It's kind of really well known in the whiskey community. For those of you who are about it, I bought it really specifically because of the bottle shape. I thought it was pleasing to the eye.
Beautiful.
And so I want to crack it open. I know that it's a Kentucky bourbon, right? And so there's some kind of limestone and white oak situations going on behind this thing. But legitimately, I think it's just going to be great. Yeah,
I read a little bit about it before we started. The one thing that caught my attention is it's bottled by hand, which I really love. Most of our society is turning automated and mechanical, and I like the human nature of a lot of things.
Take it for what it is, though. The glug 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 of the bottle was just very satisfying.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it so far. All right, let's give it a ride. Oh, smells great.
Cheers me.
That one, yeah. That'll do, pig. That'll do. That is delicious.
Oh my goodness gracious! That taste elevated.
It's
right. Like was that an expensive bottle? Price point? Where is this at?
I have no real clue. I bought 3 bottles. I know what I paid for all 3, but I just walked in and was like, let me get that one, and that one.
I love that about you.
Yeah.
This tastes like it should be expensive. This is really yummy. It tastes a little different than anything we've had that I can remember thus far.
It's smooth, kind of caramely, but it's also got like some fruitiness back.
God, I could drink
almost like a pear.
I could drink a lot of this. That is not great.
Yeah, something tells me we're about to have a show, guys. So because this is, we're gonna pause here for a minute and drink, and join us.
Yeah, highly recommend.
Drink responsibly.
You guys see this in the bar and see the pretty bottle and are questioning it, go for it.
Send it.
Really yummy.
Full send.
Oh, and check out these cool ass mugs, cups. What are these?
Yeah, we get cups. They're cups. They're I think these are also white oak with charred.
They got a good feel to them. I gotta stop tasting this. I'm gonna get shit faced.
Yeah, it's gonna happen anyway.
Oh my goodness gracious, that's yummy. Hey, good choice.
Yeah. So that's the whiskey for today.
Willet. What's it called? Willet.
Yep, with a W.
Love it.
Right? So yeah, highly recommend. 5 stars so far. Let you know at the end of the show again. All right, here we go.
You'll be able to tell.
Yeah. All right, buddy check, dude. We should get into that now.
Yeah, you want to start?
Yeah, how things been? Yeah, everything's good?
Life is lifing. Not everything good, not everything bad, but I've got some really cool stuff coming up on the future that I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
Springtime is here. It is, what are we in? March? April?
We are in April.
I should really know what month it is. I'm sorry.
Should. It's okay. It's
April.
Just changed over though. So
okay, it's beginning of April. Spring is here. The green is here, right? And I feel like my brain is following suit.
Yeah.
Had a rest period, waking back up. Yep. Yeah. I'm working on some really cool stuff. You as well. You and Heather and K-Pro have got some really cool stuff heading very soon with Shaggies and with people searching and stuff like that. And the same thing on my end is I'm just excited. And every day we sit down here, I can't say that, right? And that's one of the things that I think is really cool about watching a podcast and now being on a podcast is you see these things and you get to see we sit here and smile and have fun and have a blast and it's easy to think that those people's lives are fantastic. Life's tough for everybody.
Can be,
right? Life can be tough. And so when we do have these moments where it's no, life is pretty damn good and life is exciting. I like cherishing that. And so that's where I am today. And I have Buddy Check. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm in a good spot with all of the boxes that you normally check.
Yep.
Doesn't mean it's perfect, but things are good.
Good.
Yourself?
Good. I would say overall good, right? Like life definitely be lifing, right? Like we've got some stuff going on personally that's hard, walking through, family members with dementia and ALS and other things that are just, it's just going to be hard, until it's not anymore. Right. But overall, business is stable. My wife still loves me, and
that's huge, which says way more about her than it does you.
I know, right? Because that's endurance. My kid's good, and things are going well for him in school. He's got an A in math right now. I'm really proud of that for him because, like, I was not a math guy.
Isn't it cool watching your kids succeed far past what you were able to do?
Yeah. Club dog stuff, man. We've had folks, title lately, which is fun.
That's amazing.
Dogs that I put hands on, go out and do really, really well, by other people's standards. I'm really excited about that. I've got some service dog ventures also coming up that I'm really, really excited about, right? Like the opportunity to help people in a class forum.
Yeah.
For at least getting the public access stuff done at a very low cost, very accessible.
That's
for
amazing.
Everybody.
That is,
right down there, kind of, and take it for what it is. Some people look at me and go, "Oh, you're undercutting us," and I'm like, "No, I'm serving folks who can't afford to be served by you." Right. Like, and that's one of the things that I think is really true. So like got some service dog class stuff, here on the horizon very soon. That folks here in the local area around New Orleans and the North Shore are going to be well aware of what's
that's
going
amazing.
on, right?
And that's such a, I don't want to say underserved community. I don't know if that's the right way to say it.
Say it is, yeah.
But like service animals are such an important tool,
right?
For it's like it is the equivalent of having a wheelchair.
But I think they're underserved, right?
And they are underserved because it can cost. It's so much time and money to get that dog.
$65,000, right? Half a year of your time kind of thing. And then on top of that, right? Like, how many of our brothers and sisters are still waiting from the VA 2-3 years deep on a service dog, right? And it's like their life, they're waiting for their life to begin. And so one of the things that we want to do with this piece of programming is just give people who have a dog that is going to be good for the work, like pretty immediate, like paper drop-in kind of experience, right? Like, hey, come out and just train with us, learn how to do this. ADA is significantly wide, so you can train your own service dog. Let me help walk you through that process at a really nominal fee, so that you guys can get out and just start to thrive in your communities again instead of just surviving.
That's amazing.
You know what I mean? And so I'm really excited about that. And then the last thing that I will say for sure is it is definitely spring out here on the property. And so
yes, it is.
Iris is coming up by the pond and Ginger's coming back up. And, we've got our garden in that, my 7-month-old Czech Shepherd puppy ran through this morning. And, on top of the raised boxes, he's out there just walking around. I'm like, what are you, dude? The beans are coming up. Like, stop it. You know what I mean? And then my old guy, Phantom, got a new knee a couple weeks ago. From probably the best, and I'm going to give her a quick shout out because she's probably the best dog orthopedic surgeon on the North Shore, Dr. Dina Lodato over at Research. Please go say hi. She's a fantastic human. And I've never seen recovery. This is the second dog and the second knee that I've had done by her. This recovery is even faster than the first.
That's amazing.
Unbelievable protocols they have in line out there at Research. Cannot be more thankful for those folks. And if you are anywhere in South Louisiana and you have a dog that has an orthopedic issue, needs TPLO or, any of the other surgeries, that they perform, please reach out to Research right out here in Covington, Mandeville and get them squared up, man. They're fantastic folks.
Hell yeah.
So I can't be upset. But yeah, so like things are,
life is good.
Good.
That's amazing.
Absolutely.
Before we move on from our, buddy check, we talked a little bit about this earlier. We got swag.
We do have a little swag.
We have t-shirts.
Yeah.
And we're not matching, but we are kind of twinsies because we both have the Whiskey and Wolves
shirts on.
And so, guys and gals, we keep an eye out. We will be having merchandise rather soon available on our website. Is that right?
Website. Yep. Yeah, baby.
Pretty excited about that.
I'm really excited.
This is. I mean, I can speak for myself. I think I can speak for you. This is our favorite thing we get to do.
Oh, this is one.
This is by far the favorite thing I get to do in my life. And so the fact that like we have enough people that actually care to listen and listen to our bullshit and wear our t-shirts is amazing. And so the first person I see out in public wearing one of my Whiskey and Wolves t-shirts, be ready. I'm gonna hug you.
Oh,
it's not against the will. But I'm not going to tell you about it.
And I will tell you, if you show up to club with a Whiskey and Wolves t-shirt, you get special treatment that day. It's real talk.
Like a whiskey?
Talk. There's probably whiskey.
Perfect.
There's probably whiskey at club. There's usually always beer at club, at least.
I need to be there.
Before we move on from Buddy Check, Heather, where are you at?
Yeah, Heather.
Give us a Buddy Check.
I'm good. My second book's coming out soon.
Oh, tell us about that.
That's amazing.
Scars spell Anthea.
These scars spell Anthea.
Yep.
Nice.
Anthea being the Greek goddess of swamps, floweries, and human connection, which just is the absolute just personification of the way I feel about Louisiana. So
we love it here. Yeah.
So that one is just about, finding my way home and getting, as Chris said it earlier in the day, my nervous system to calm down.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah. So, it's got all of that going on in there. And other than that, just, same stuff as Evan, business is doing good. Phantom got his new knee. That recovery process it's going really well, but, he's a Malinois, so it's also very frustrating sometimes.
Trying to keep that dude calm.
Yes.
As he spits.
That's a full-time job in and of itself. Yeah.
Like that dude will not take trazodone. If he smells it, he's like, no, not eating that cheese. That's imposter cheese.
Not in peanut butter, not in cheese and peanut butter. Like he's just like, no, I'm not doing that.
I mean, you could pill him, but
I've had a Malinois that had a hip dislocated. I can sympathize.
Pill a dog, man. That's the thing. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And trying to let him go out without like him trying to run.
Hey, buddy, you can go outside, but you can't run.
Right?
Good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
And so like every time
it's still attached, so I'm going to use it.
Yeah. Even like trying to take him out on leash, I end up slamming the door, trying to slow him down. And like, as I'm walking outside, I'm just like, anyway, it's fine. He's fine.
Everything's fine.
But he's frustrating sometimes because Malinois.
Absolutely.
And let me throw in a plug here, guys, gals, especially veterans. If you have not read Heather's first book, Shapeshifting, but like I've said it on the show before, I got asked by a flight attendant, like, sir, are you okay? Like I was crying so hard reading that book. Like some of the things that hit that I was like, I didn't know this was a thing. And now that I've read it, it's always going to be a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work. Highly recommended. I've given a copy to all of the girls in my life, meaning my mom and my sisters and my daughters and my girlfriend, and can't recommend it strongly enough. I cannot wait for the follow-on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Look, man, we like her around here.
She's okay.
All right. We should get into this.
Let's do this. One of my favorite topics. I say that about every topic, but this is dogs are my favorite topic. So today we're going to talk about what you as a dog owner can do throughout your day to make your dog's life a little just a little bit more fun, a little bit more engaging. Dogs have been with us for, what do you think, about 35,000 years?
35,000 right? is what I think is out there. Yeah.
And the reason is because they're so good at so many different jobs, right? They are so adaptable and they're so amenable to so many different things. One of the things that they are not adapted to quite yet, I don't think, is the way that our society has become so sedentary, right? Like
for sure.
We have so much happening in our lives between work. Nowadays, both mom and dad are working, right?
Yep.
Kids are in school or working themselves.
Yep.
And so your dog, for the most part, is home alone for a lot of portion of the day.
Yeah.
Which is okay, right? It is the way that your dog is trained to live with you. You're not trained to live with your dog.
That's right.
But at the same time, it's not ideal, right? And then when we come home, we're tired, we're exhausted, we have to cook dinner, we have to bring kids to softball games. And a lot of times the dogs aren't really involved in that.
That's right.
So how can we as dog owners involve these dogs into our lives in a more intrinsic way that we don't have to like, all right, I got to go find time for the dog.
Oh, I know.
How?
Training. I'm just playing. But like
hire me.
In every instance though, right? So like, you know, I hear all the time like, oh, well, I would love to take my lab to, you know, like the baseball games, but he just won't sit still and it's a constant annoyance and all the things are happening, right? Like, yeah. If we start with training, some of these other integrations we're going to talk about today get a lot easier.
And when you say training, I want to emphasize what I think you mean, right? I don't want to talk specific for you. Is starting with the basics.
Absolutely.
Right? Like teaching your dog how to be okay on leash, how to sit still when you ask him to sit still, how to do nothing, and how to live in your world. Right. And that's one of the things, before we jump into this topic, one of the things that I think is so important, we've talked about it multiple times because we both get this statement all the time, is, you know, I've had Shepherds my entire life. I've had Aussies my entire life. I've had, you know, pick a dog. I've had them my entire life. And this dog just isn't behaving like that. Well, you've never had this dog, right? And every dog is such an individual. Did you kill that already?
Yeah, it's
good for you. That's good stuff. We're going to have a good show, guys.
Every dog.
But every dog is so unique that you have to find a way that, like, what does this dog enjoy? What do this dog and I enjoy doing?
Yeah.
And that, to me, right, that's finding your dog's love language.
It absolutely is.
One of the single greatest, most important you have to do's every day, walk your dog.
Have to.
Every single day. Every
dog needs at least a good 30 to 45 minute walk a day. And this is, we're talking about a good structured walk. We're not talking about, hey, let me let my dog drag me down the street. You know, like I get a lot of owners that say, hey, when does a dog get to be a dog, right? And my kind of flippant answer to a degree is when you stop owning them. You know what I mean?
Love that.
Right? Because like, love it for what it is, right? Like if you're living with a dog, the dog needs to be in relationship with you. Otherwise, you're gonna encounter like a lot of other problems down the road, right? And so like a 30 to 45 minute like structured walk a day, depending on breed, right? If it's a pug, maybe it's 15, 20, right? You know, to our earlier idea, right? Like if it's a pug, maybe 15, 20 minutes, right? And he's like, bro, I need to go home, right?
And he's right.
I remember I had a bulldog back in the day. His name was Ajax, right? Like when he got to be about 8 years old, and I'd be like, hey, buddy, let's go on our walk. He'd look at me and be like, Pop, I got news for you.
Why don't you go on a walk and I'll continue laying here?
My knees hurt. You kiss my butt. All right. So like the reality of the situation is definitely read the dog in front of you. But like as a solid rule, 30, 45 minutes is like really, really healthy for most dogs just to get a little blue and green therapy in there. And we've talked about that before. Under the blue sky, on the green grass, like get out.
Absolutely.
Absolutely important.
And we could probably, and may will, do an entire episode on leash walking, right? It is so vitally important. And how you do it is the most important part, right? You said it. You don't just, a walk is not just to go outside and get pulled around by your dog. That's a time to teach boundaries. It's a time for him or her to learn their environment. It's a time for him or her to learn everything, right? And this is where we can talk about the importance of a dog's nose and how they are actually seeing their environment.
Agreed.
Just stepping outside of your front door, your dog's in stimulus overload immediately.
Sure.
Right? They are being hit with so much. And here's two things that I don't know. I'm interested to get your take on this.
Yeah.
And I've been talking to my clients about this. Here's two things that I don't think people understand about a dog's nose and how they see their world, right? One, we've talked about it. Dogs can smell emotions, right? They can smell fear. They can smell death. They can smell anxiety. And so if you're nervous and anxious, they're going to smell that. They're going to feel that. But in a different way, right? Think about this. Dogs can smell the past, right? The way that they smell is layered. They can tell when your dogs come out here in the afternoon, they can tell if a cat walked by an hour ago or a day ago or 3 days ago. They can tell if a dog peed on a stump, and they can tell when they peed on it and how healthy that dog was, what the diet was. Were they fearful? They can tell so much from their nose that it's not like us. We step outside of this and we're like, okay, I see everything, did a visual intake, good. It's not like that for dogs, right? There is so much
piece of me with they can smell the past.
There is so much
salivating
depth, and I'm going to give it to you in just a minute, right? But there is so much depth in what they are smelling that we don't give generally speaking, don't give them enough credit for what they are actually intaking, and we don't give them enough time to learn and understand what it is they are taking in. Okay. Right. And so when we go out on a walk, and I'm sorry, I'm going to hand it over to you in just a minute, but when we go on a walk, we're not out there for physical stimulation.
No.
Right. In my mind, the way I walk dogs, and you may differ, when I go on a walk, I'm searching for that mental stimulation.
100%.
Because you think about what I just said, right? Like all of this that your dog's nose is doing.
Yep.
Think about how much brain power that takes.
100%.
Right. So go. Yeah. Like, what do you think?
So like with structured stuff, for sure. Like again, they can smell the past is one of the most beautiful things I've heard.
Thank you.
Language. Like linked his words, because like, we know that even like in search and rescue communities, right? So like in search and rescue,
great example.
Like when we're training dogs for HRD, which is human remains detection, right? Mm-hmm. When we're training dogs in that way, one of the things that's honest is that we need remains in various levels of desiccation, right?
Right.
So like everything from brand new fresh placenta that we picked up at the hospital this morning, all the way to 20, 30-year-old legs that have been buried on a property for a long time, all kinds of crazy stuff.
And we can think about that intellectually when you say that, right? When you say it like that, it's very easy to intellectually say, well, of course those things smell differently. Of course they have a different smell.
But I will tell you that like I use portions of our property out here for dog training for various dogs on a regular basis that my dogs never see. But whenever they come out on the field, they go, who is here today?
Yeah.
Let me go check.
Yep.
Right? And like I will allow my dog that ability to go check out all the places that we work dogs before I expect them to do anything. Right.
That is such a huge thing. Can you expand on that, please?
Yeah.
So on why?
Yeah.
Right. That's huge.
So here's the deal, right? Like the dog needs to feel comfortable and safe in their environment. In order to understand that, just like we do, we need a certain amount of what I would call intelligence to understand the environment around me and go, okay, well, like I now know what's been here, what goes on here. Like imagine walking into an oil refinery, never having been in one. You're going to be like, what do I need to worry about? I see them on TV. They always have hard hats on. Is there something going to fall on me? I don't know. I've never been in an oil refinery, so I couldn't tell you. But I can tell you that right off the rip, that's one of those environments that I feel like is probably really dangerous if you don't know where you are and what's going on.
And so you're gonna be
You're
on
gonna be
edge.
You're gonna be amped up. You're not gonna be able to focus.
You
on
may even
else.
be in a slight fight or flight response.
Right. You're gonna be worried about what's going on around you. Right. And so like before I ask my dogs to go to work in the same space that other dogs have worked, I allow them to go ahead and catch all that odor profile and make sure that they have time to process it. The average person in those 30, 45-minute walks in the way that we train does this in what I call Snifari sections, right? Where it's like, hey, dude, like I want you to heel walk with me from here to the stop sign. But when we get to the stop sign, I'm going to free you and release you to go catch the Daily Mail, right? Make sure that everybody understands
the P-mail
here. The P-mail for sure, right? That understand who's in your neighborhood, what's going on, what's happening, so that you can feel more secure and use that mental load in a different way, right? So like before, I was asking you to stay right next to me, and there's mental load that happens there, right? The dog has to pay attention to that. The dog has to be clued in, right? On the other side of this then, right, we get to go ahead and pull that pressure off of them while they experience environmental pressures and go, okay, so what's going on in the environment out here? And in the concert of these things, we get to create this security for dogs that allows them to really live next to us, right? And that's one of the most beautiful things about this 30 to 45-minute walk whenever it's structured, right? Is that like, I'm going to ask you to follow me kind of blindly, right? Which means I'm going to ask you to keep your nose up off the ground. I'm going to ask you to pay attention to where I am so that I don't have to pay attention to where you are. And I'm going to ask you to follow me, right? That's that leadership dynamic that we were previously talking about.
Yep.
And then on the other side of that follow, right? The other thing that I want to do is that I want to get back in there and I want to allow for you and your biology to come into bloom, right? And I want to give you the opportunity and availability to come into the fullness of being a dog.
Because when you have a tool that massive, I mean, in their nose, it takes time to understand how to use that, how to utilize it.
To suss out all the things.
And so, do you mind if I So this is interesting. This is one of the first times on the show that you and I differ on how we train.
Yeah.
So I want to go in. I do the exact opposite, actually,
let's go,
right?
Dude.
So and you've been to my house, you've seen me train, right? And so when I go outside, and I'm not saying either is right or either is wrong, right? There are so many different ways to do this, right? But what I like doing is I start to walk inside, we head outside when they're ready, and then we just sit there, right? Until their dog is ready.
Oh, you're just soaking.
You just soak it up, right? Because, and here's why, I have, at my house, catty corner to me, I have a house that has 2 cats and they're very active, right? They're in my yard sometimes, or they're over there. The first 3 days, that dog is zoned in, locked in, right?
The cat's at.
Right? And they're just on it. And I just let them take it in. Soak it in, bud. Because I know on day 7, you're going to walk out here and you're going to see those cats. You're not going to give a shit.
Here you go. Well,
right? And so when I step outside my house, I'm doing exactly what you said.
Yeah.
Right? I'm giving that dog an opportunity to just take it in. Take everything in. And when you are settled, right? When you're satisfied, when you're ready to go experience more, you know how to tell me that you're ready to experience more because we've already practiced inside and in the backyard before I even come to the front yard.
Yeah.
Right. And so here's what I think is important. We're talking about a 30, 45 minute walk.
Yeah.
Got it. Did we say anything about distance?
No, we didn't say
Not at
anything
all.
about leaving the front yard.
Not
honestly.
at all, because the distance doesn't matter. It's the quality of the walk, not the quantity. And this, I think, is the crux of what I try to get across to my clients.
No matter what technique you're using, quality over quantity is huge. I don't care if you run your dog 3 miles a day.
That's fantastic if you do, but work up to that, right? When a dog comes into my house, I don't leave my front yard for about 7 days.
Nothing under 18 months, please.
Yeah. Let them mature.
Let them grow up.
Let them mature.
Let them grow up. Nothing under 18 months for a long run, but like take it for what it is. Like that's cool, but you know what's cooler is if the dog got something out of it. On that 3 mile run, all the dog's getting is physical motion and conditioning, right?
Yes.
And here's my favorite is I hear so many people all the time, like people that send dogs to doggy daycare. I'm here for it. Whatever. Go send your dog to, daycare. It's fine, right? But like when you go, he comes home from daycare and he's tired, but on the weekend he drives me nuts. And I go, well, you just
they built stamina.
Yeah,
right.
You just conditioned him for 5 days a week to be at a high level.
Then you ask him to sit still,
all day long, right? And then you want him to do what on the weekend? Use your brain as humans work and figure out that, like, hey, what you expose him to is what he's going to expect.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Yeah. And you are teaching this dog to live with you, right? So one of the things that I think is core about this topic we're talking about today, and I know we're focused on leash walking, but teach that dog how you expect him to live with you.
I agree.
Or her, right? And so one of the things that I think is, I think you're going to like this, dogs are lifetime learners.
Oh, 100%.
Do you agree?
Yep.
Like they don't stop learning.
So are good dog trainers for that.
So are good dog trainers. Yes, you're exactly right. So are good humans. But dogs are lifetime learners. Yep. And so if you aren't teaching your dog incrementally and in steps, they're still learning.
Yeah.
Right? They're just learning their way. And so if you can start at the very bottom and just work your way up, understanding that, hey, this 6-month-old, 7-month-old, 10-month-old dog, he doesn't need to be perfect right now. But I'm going to build him up and let him know what I expect every single day, no matter where we are. Then when you do go to that softball game, they have a structure for what to understand inside their brain.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm on leash. It's the same way inside the house. It's the same way outside the house. It's the same way at the vet office. It's the same way at the softball field. But you have to work up to that level. Yeah. And those 30 to 45 minute walks per day, every day, structured walks where you're focusing on quality and teaching and setting boundaries and rewarding the good behavior. All of that is just structure. And one of the things that I love most about my go home lessons, I say this every time, it's just like playing baseball, right? Did you play baseball?
I didn't.
You look more like a football player.
Yeah. You know what, dude? I honestly played soccer.
Okay. Soccer. We'll take soccer. Okay. It's just like playing soccer. Yeah. You're not going to be a forward until you go out there, a defender, until you go out there and learn how to dribble and how to learn the positions on the field and learn like all of the soccer things, right? You have to learn the rules first. You have to learn the basics first. And leash walking, at least the first, couple weeks at least, depending on how much time and all the things. You're just teaching your dog what to expect. Nothing more. They don't need to be perfect. Just set the boundaries on what to expect and then build from there.
One of the things so a lot of my job these days, as you well know, is building dog trainers instead of dogs.
Yes.
Right. Like I do a lot of building dogs still in various avenues, but like I build a lot of dog trainers.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the things that I've been really, really focusing on with my students lately is levels of consistency of criteria. Right. So like, did you expect that the same way this time that you did the last time? Did you make it predictable for the dog? Right? Because and take this for what it is, you and I both well know that the only wrong way to train a dog is abusively.
Yes.
Right? There are so many ways to come into communication with these animals. Like no one way is the way. Right? So with my dog trainers lately, I'm like, hey, listen, here's the biggest thing that you really need to do is hold a consistent criteria. Yes, currently, that's curriculum driven, right? In basic, like we've got, 9 behaviors or something. Sit down, stay, loose leash, walking, come on call, take it, leave it, drop it, sitting for greetings, right? I may say that a time or two a day, right? But like legitimately, like hold that criteria as consistently as humanly possible. And if you do that, chances are your dog's going to learn faster and you're going to spend less time on the behavior. And so like, even in this walking, the way that you walk, how you walk, whether you soak them first, you soak them second, right? Like as long as they get the soak,
you are in charge. Ultimately, you get to decide. It's just, and I think what's important here, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump over you.
You got
but like, I think what's important here is just being, and we've said this word how many times, intentful.
Yeah.
Right? Why are you taking your dog on a walk?
Yep.
Think about why, like before you step out, of the door, before you put that leash on, you should know and even ask yourself, why am I going on this walk?
Yeah.
Because if I go for a 5-mile run, or if I have a routine that I want to walk 5 miles a day, that walk, and I take a dog with me, that walk is going to be much different than if I'm taking Molly to go get exercise.
Agreed.
Right? Oh, we don't have a dog with us today.
Agreed.
Could have brought the puppy. But if you are, well, in theory, yeah. No, you're right. He'd be all over.
He'd be over.
But to my point, like if I go for a run, we're not stopping at every mailbox.
Right.
We're running, and I'm going to let you pee beforehand, and then we're going. Right. But if I'm going for him or for her, then that's a much different thing. And I really like to encourage my clients to take their dogs out on a walk for their dog.
Yeah.
With the idea that like, hey, you're still in charge, right?
Yep.
You have freedom. I'm in charge.
Yep.
Right. And this leads us to kind of to our next topic is that treat it like a game.
Yeah.
Right. Treat it, have fun with it. A walk is not just to go out and get physical exercise. It's a chance for your dog to understand their environment, right? It's a chance for them to get some physical exercise, yes. But unless you're walking an extended period of time or running at an extended rate, your dog's gonna outlast you. I'm sorry, period.
So I've got a quick question that, like I get from a lot of owners over years, right? So like, when do I just get to relax with my dog? Right? Because I've got an answer to this and it's an aggressive one, right? And I'm curious what your take is on it, right? Like, when do I just get to stop thinking about things? When do I just get to do whatever?
So for me, do you want to answer first or you want me to?
Get it.
Yeah. So for me, I think it's the lawyer answer. It depends, right? Depends on you and your dog. How much time do you put into your dog? How feverishly are you training? Are you training 7 days a week?
Right.
Because that's going to come pretty quick, right? Or are you training when you get a chance to? Did you put them through a training program? Are you doing it on your own? Are you consistent with setting your boundaries?
Right.
Because and if you are consistent with setting your boundaries and then rewarding when they do it properly, I'd say pretty quick.
Yeah.
Age-wise, I'm giving a dog till they're 13 or 14 months before I think that they're like spot on, right? Because they're a puppy's a puppy. A teenage dog is a teenage dog. They're gonna push your boundaries, but at the same time, they're gonna push your boundaries and be like, hey, you see what I'm doing?
Yep.
And there too, right? When your dog pushes your boundaries, let's think about that psychologically for a moment.
Sure.
Why are they pushing your boundaries? Because
you're not advocating for them well enough.
I think it's because as pack animals, they know in their heart of hearts that their safety depends on the strength of the pack.
Sure.
And the strength of the pack is determined solely by the strength of the leader.
Yep.
And so it is up to the lower dogs or lower pack members, right, and instinctively to test that leader to make sure that they are capable and fit of leading this pack and keeping them safe. So when a dog tests you, that is an opportunity, right? When a dog does something that they shouldn't be doing, when a dog pulls on leash, you're like, bud, you know better than that. And they're testing your authority, right? As a way to say it. It's not a time to punish them. It's a time to put your teacher hat on and correct them and say, hey, no, buddy, I got you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you don't have to worry about testing. I got you. Right? I don't know if I answered your question or not.
You know what? I've had enough of this whiskey already. I'm not sure, but here's what I'm gonna say.
I'm on my way.
Like my answer to people that go, when do I get to do nothing, is never. Right? Like, are you a human? Do you breathe breath? Right? Do you suck in wind?
Well, it goes back to that lifetime learner thing. They're lifetime pushers.
Like, you have to be engaged all the time. And when you take on the responsibility of another life, like, that has to continue. Right? Like, there's never going to be a place in your life where you get to go, I get to do nothing.
I'm done.
Live in the lap of luxury.
I like your answer better than mine.
And have everybody just like push on me. Right? Like, the reality of the situation is that, like, if you breathe breath, don't be an oxygen thief. Right? Like, make something with it.
Yes, Susan.
You know what I mean? Like, make something with it. Even if what you made today was a moment for your dog to feel like a dog. Make something with your time. Right?
Love that.
Like, I'm a big fan of, I'm not interested in my life in having folks be lazy. I think laziness and stagnation are the antithesis of joy.
And we've talked about that at the very beginning, right? We are in a society now, not by anyone's fault, right? But our society has become so sedentary.
Agreed.
We should not have to be sitting here talking about how important it is to go walk for 30 minutes.
No.
Right?
People should just have that.
Human beings are meant to move. I'll take a little more, please, sir.
I got you, buddy.
Human beings are meant to move. If you study the human body at all, you see that these bones, these ligaments, the muscles, they were meant to move. And again, we are living in a world today where
it's not required.
We drive, we sit, we have all these responsibilities, and that's fine. I love this life. But at the same time, I think it's vitally important, and I think dogs are here to remind us how important it is to get out and move.
Yeah. And
whether you're leash walking or whether you're playing a game or doing some of the more intensive work like you guys are doing, right? You need to do, it's not even you need to do something. You should be doing something.
As a
right?
human.
And I want to make a real heavy distinction here right now, because I talk about this all the time and I want to plug it in here. If you are like, I'm going to start exercising, I'm going to go get a dog to help me exercise, don't do that. Please don't do that. Right. No. Set the standard yourself. If you are going to look and get a dog, be healthy about what your lifestyle is now. Don't go get a Malinois because you want to run. Please don't do that. But at the same time, and I'm saying this out loud because I have done this multiple times, right? I'm not telling you to do anything I haven't done. Take an honest look at your life and yourself and like, you know what you should be doing, right?
Absolutely.
We know we should be eating healthy. We know we should only be drinking half of this bottle instead of the full one. We know we should be getting exercise every day, right? We need physical activity, and dogs are a really great way to encourage that.
No, I would agree entirely, right?
Don't rely upon them, but they are great motivators.
Yeah, and even if the reliance starts there, right? Like, hey, sometimes I don't want to go out. Like, you know, I've got this sport puppy right now. He's gonna be a dog, right? Like, he's already a dog. He's 7.5 months old ish, right? And the dog he's a lot. He's like 75 pounds. He's not even there yet. You know what I mean? And, but like, his drive for life is really, really high. And I love
drive for life. That's what I have.
Yeah. Right. And I love the fact that like, I don't put his light under a basket, but I let it shine. Right. Like that's a really, really cool thing for me. Right. Like, it's kind of like when you guys came over today, I was like, hey, listen, you know, he's jumping, he's going to jump. It's something that I'm using right now. Right. Like I need that jump so that I can pump him up and I can get him excited to be with me. Right. So that I can do other cool things with him. And if I showed you his focus teal at 7.5 months old, you'd be like, bro, that is where it's at right now. And it was shaped with ball and excitement and happiness and go, right? And all that stuff is really, really important. And it's outside the realm of pet dogs by and large. And with pet dogs, they still need their own version, right? So like, here's a dog that's going to go on the competition field. He's going to be different than the average pet engagement. But that doesn't mean that your average pet engagement needs to lack things like good walking times and games and pushing forward into problem solving and what do we do and how do we get it and how do we
problem
work?
Solving.
Yeah.
So let's use that to jump in. I'm sorry, I didn't hear much of what you were saying because I was singing the Little Light of Mine song in my head the whole time. But
I jump in and say,
if it makes you feel better,
This is good whiskey, guys. Will it? High five. 5 stars out of 5.
If it makes you feel any better, I was singing it in your voice and not mine inside my own head. So there we go. Fuck yeah.
I just want to jump in though and say that the problem solving is like one of my favorite things to watch the dogs do.
Figure it out.
So this is something I knew outside of being married to you.
Yeah.
And therefore being in this life. But like just watching the dogs to like figure things out. I love it.
This is huge.
You see them on TikTok sometimes. Like one of my favorite ones is like when the ball is in the pool and the dogs are like trying to figure out how do I get that ball to come back towards me. Oh my God, I love it.
Problem solving.
Hey, there's another person in this room that's going to make an ice ball randomly appear in my left hand. I know it. I know it that it's true. And it's fantastic. And they are fantastic for this. Don't worry about it. This is where it is.
While you're getting your ball, I want to jump on this problem solving.
Thank you
this
for the
problem solving thing. Yeah, I talk about problem solving all the time. Yeah. Okay. Problem solving. Let's think about this. Problem solving is synonymous with scavenging. Would you agree?
Oh,
okay. You see where I'm going with this already. You like this?
I do. But like,
okay,
let's walk.
So let me walk through it.
That's fun.
So dogs are natural scavengers.
I agree.
Everyone would agree with that, right? The reason this symbiotic relationship started was they were scavenging bones off of our food piles, and they are by nature scavengers. Still, wild dogs are still scavengers. They okay. That is synonymous, very, very closely related to problem solving. Dogs are problem solvers. Okay. Yeah. That's why they are so good at all of these jobs, because they are problem solvers. And so when we talk about getting energy out of your dog, we're talking about mentally and physically. Your dog needs to run. Period.
100%.
Right? We could have a show on that in the last 5 minutes. Your dog needs physical exercise. It needs to run.
Do you realize that people over 30 like never sprint again? There's some ridiculous idea out there that something like only 2% of adults.
I'm really sad that you brought that up. 30. I tore my MCL last week. Yeah. I have a brace on right now. I tore my MCL and I am terrified that I won't be able to run anymore.
You're going to be able to run.
Like,
I believe in you.
What really hit me, and we're kind of getting off here, but like what really hit me, there's going to be a day where I don't get to run anymore. That made me really sad.
At some point.
That made me really fucking sad.
It's not yet, brother. We're not there yet.
I hate running. But I like being able to do it.
Okay. I don't like running for a long distance at one time, but I will run away from a dog. 100%.
No, I do this thing. I probably shouldn't share this, but
cheers.
I do this thing where like if I'm really having a rough time, right? And like
you go run it out.
I'll go run it out. But here's the thing. And my neighbors think I am a psycho. There's always a point where it comes out.
Oh,
it comes out of my eyeballs. And I don't have ears where I can put headphones in. I have like those autism headphones, right? And so I'm running with like these big autism headphones and sunglasses and just bawling my eyes out. Just like my neighbors have to. That's the reason no one breaks into my house. I don't even have to lock my door. I don't think I'm a fucking psycho.
I just gained a new level.
Anyway.
No. I just gained a new level of love from my friend Chris. Because yes, dude, like sometimes you got to run your garbage out. You know what I mean?
It works though.
Because there's an endorphin reflex. There's all kinds of stuff that happens like in your neurochemicals that really help you process when you run. One of the hardest things, it's really interesting. Like Heather and I were doing this, you guys were like, you guys look great, right? Like when you guys came over.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I'm here for it, right? Like, thank you so much because we've done a lot in the last year to really kind of streamline our lives to a degree and really have like a health driven focus and really understand where we're going, right? And the honesty is that like some of that has everything to do with, hey, let me pay attention to what we're doing every day. Let me pay attention to the
tiny habits
that we have every day.
Yep.
Let me pay attention to like, what are the other little extraneous stresses that like we don't even really understand. And oftentimes dogs fall into that category. And if we're not filling them with games, physical, mental, and we're not like, hey, finding their love language to make them feel fulfilled, they become a part of that very quickly for us as humans. And so like whether we run it out or whether we go, hey, let me go, and this might sound nerdy, but like, let me go heal it out. Let me go sit down and out. Let me go give my dog something to do that's also going to be gratifying for me at the same time. Like I talk about living in a continuum of obedience often because like
stealing that one.
Yep. You're welcome.
Yep. Love
because
that.
What I want, right, is I want people to go, yeah, I want to go to the kitchen and I want to get myself a snack. But whenever I do, I want my dog to sit at the corner of the kitchen and wait. Right. And then if the cheese tax happens, I want them to wait for the cheese tax and then I can release them to the cheese tax. And then after that, I want to go in and I want to sit down and I want to watch my freaking show. Like whatever it is, like lately, me and my son have been on this animated show called Invincible. Like
I know that one.
Dude, it's fantastic.
And William watched that one
for it, right? So like we've been watching Invincible, and I'm like, dude, I want my dog to go lay on his freaking bed and not break his knee while he's convalescing during Invincible, right? And that's what I want. I want this continuum of obedience throughout my life. The idea for me of building obedience in dogs is really building vocabulary so they can understand the world around them and what I want from them.
And then being consistent with your expectations, right? It's because what happened, and I know this happened.
Yeah.
How many times did you have to get off the couch and pause Invincible to go move him back to his placemat before he got the idea that like in the beginning, right?
Forever.
Right.
Yeah.
It was consistent. Like you were having to sit down and get up, sit down and get up, sit down and get up.
45 minutes to an hour between, but it's because I practiced it.
Exactly. And that's where we give up. Dogs have learned to be more persistent than we can be patient.
I'm mad at that whiskey.
I love it.
It's really
I ain't mad at all.
I apologize.
But dogs have learned that if they are more persistent, I'm just going to keep getting off of this mat. I'm going to keep getting off of this mat until dad just gives up. Because I can get off of this mat more times than he can get up off of that couch. And if you can reverse that.
Are you weaker than your dog?
There you go. That's a t-shirt.
Yep. Don't be weaker than your dog.
Are you weaker than your dog?
Don't be weaker than your dog, right?
But seriously,
intestinal fortitude.
Yes.
To stay the course. Stay consistent.
Expect them to stay on the placemat, and when you tell them to, and if they don't, then you
replace them.
Not replace the dog, but
But
you're fucking out of here. I'm gonna go get another one.
Them in place.
Yes.
Don't get rid of your dog. Let me say that right to the camera. Don't get rid of your dog.
This dog won't place
already. Call a trainer.
Is it Christy? No, they just this dog's untrainable.
Oh.
This is not
the shit show that it is.
So this show just took a turn.
Yep.
So I want to talk about something super fucking cool.
Send it.
All right. You are I'll say spiritual man, religious man.
I get around.
Yep. I am a very spiritual person.
Agreed.
I have used dogs to heal for a number of years. Right.
Let's go, Edgar Casey.
Leash walking is more than giving just your dog an opportunity. You see where I'm going. Leash walking can be more than what it is on the surface.
Active meditation.
Okay? Say that again, please.
Active meditation.
Thank you, sir. So what is active meditation, you might ask? Is an opportunity for you to go out and use your dog and this walk as an opportunity to shut everything else out.
Oh, my God.
Right? Your wife's going to be there. Your husband's going to be there. Your kids, all the struggles, the dinner plans, they'll be there. Right now, be with your dog.
in this
right?
place,
in this place, in this time, in this moment, and focus on what they are telling you, right? And just ignore everything else. Leave your phone at home. Just be.
So you brought it up, so I'll say it like this. Got a theology degree, right? In that place, right, there's this concept called the pneumatic prophetic voice that essentially says that preachers preach God's word in God's time for God's people, right? In this place that sits outside of space and time, like it transcends that.
I've been there. I've been outside of that.
I believe
a couple times,
especially with dogs, because what I'll tell you is there's a place that you can cultivate with your dog spiritually where you go, I sit outside of space, time, and engagement in this place. Like we are here together and we are sharing this time specifically. And I think that is really, really important as a concept whenever you are looking at what is the time that I'm spending and how am I doing?
And I want to stress here, you don't have to be religious to do this, right? This is not religion.
No.
Right? This is not religion. It is a practice to soothe and to, I mean, at the base level, all of us are dealing with some sort of anxiety, right? All of us are dealing with stress.
If you live in America right now,
you're dealing with stress, right? You're dealing with anxiety. You're dealing with fear. Put all that shit aside for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and just be with your dog.
Go outside,
and if you can do that, I promise you, if you can do this consistently every day, and just this one thing, if you can give your dog 30 minutes of nothing but you and your dog, watch.
Your life will get so much better.
Watch what happens. Watch how that mentality transfers over to other aspects of your life. Would you agree?
Absolutely. Like if you can curate a certain amount of calm for your dog, and man, I've seen this.
You naturally have to have that in yourself.
Even before the current climate of the world has taken grip. For years and years and years, I used to look at clients that were baseline anxious and go,
and you can see it. Yeah.
I'm like, hey, look, I get it. Like anxiety's real. Like I'm not invalidating your experience. Like this isn't that. What I'm saying is I want to take a few minutes for mindfulness. I want to sit in a place where you feel warm and comfortable and accepted. I want you to envision yourself on a boat that's coming home, and then on the shore, you can see the people you love and who love you. And I want you to envision the idea.
What if there's only one person there?
Yep. And that when you get there, they give you the deepest, warmest embrace. And that's the place that I want you to start when you walk out of your house with your dog. Because like in that place, you feel totally valid, you feel totally secure, and you feel totally present in the moment in order to move forward. And if you can start to practice that for your dog, I have watched many clients move that over into other facets of their life.
1,000%.
And make their experience
1,000%
much better.
Yep.
And that's one of
1,000%.
And that's one of the big ways that we integrate what we do is in dog training into our daily life. Is that we use even the obedience that we are instilling in the dog, right? We use even the sits, the downs, the stays to build even a touch tone to, security, reliability, and structure.
Every bit of which your dog needs.
Like take it for what it is.
But right? What you're hitting at, and the importance of what you're hitting on is when I say you as the human, you as the leader of this relationship, your mindset, your mentality is the single most important thing. Yeah. Right. Taking that moment and envisioning yourself on that boat or on wherever your happy place is. Yeah. Right. Something that like,
ooh, take a deep breath.
Okay, now let's go have fun.
Absolutely.
Right? And what I tell my clients all the time, and I think I said this earlier in the show, maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but like a walk is not just like, all right, I put my dog on leash and he's going to walk me around. No. You're going on an adventure.
Together.
Right? You get to go have an adventure with your best friend.
Yep.
Like, how is that not fucking awesome?
Yep.
Like, you get to go on an adventure of your land right? And when I say your land, I don't mean just your house, but like dogs are pack animals, and they know that like, okay, I have this set amount of property or space that is mine, quote unquote mine. And not only are you hitting all the instincts for your dog, but like if you can get under that mindset of just like, no, we're going to have fun. We're going on an adventure. And like, I have a job and he has a job.
Yep.
Just like you said, and you took the words out of my mouth, it can translate over to other aspects of your life, right? You can take that mindset of an adventure and having fun and the calm and the peace and transfer it to your son or your daughter or your wife or your coworker. And it takes practice. It is not easy.
And you got to breathe deep.
One of my favorite things is how simple is dog training? It's super simple.
Bro,
simple,
this is a thing.
Simple is not the same thing as easy.
No.
Simple is simple. It's not easy.
No.
Right? You have to be consistent. You have to be persistent. You have to be patient.
I had a guy just this week learn that same thing from me. Hey, look, man, it might look simple. It's not easy. Just because you haven't spent the time in repetitions with the dog, just because you haven't spent the time in actually doing the work doesn't mean that it's there. Just because you can get the dog to do the work in a context doesn't mean the dog does the work in every context. Like, it's a simple concept.
You know, my you may not know this. Do you know my, what the hell is it? There's like a quote that you come up with when you have a business, right? K-Pro is...
Oh, like a tagline.
Yeah. What's your tagline?
Yeah.
Oh, do you know off the top of your head? I don't mean to put you on the spot.
Yeah, I've used a couple over the years, but like my favorite is recapturing ancient relationships.
That's right. I love that one.
Yeah.
Yes. Mine is, I'm not teaching dogs to listen. I'm teaching them to understand.
Ooh.
Right? You can teach a dog to listen, and you can teach that through compulsion, right? And you can, like, compulsion being harsh, more harsh corrections. You can do that, right? There's a guy that we know that in our area that is teaching dogs to obey. I'm not teaching dogs to obey shit.
Okay,
right?
Fuck powers and bullshit. Like, you just touched me in a different way, and like, take it for what it is. If I found that dude on the street, me and him would have a problem. Like, here's a guy who demeans everything he touches.
Yeah.
That's beside the point. Don't be a dog trainer like that. Don't engage dog trainers like that. Like, I'm sorry,
you're not wrong.
It out because bump that dude.
You're not wrong.
Like, here's a guy who's like, hey, $70, I'll come out, put a prong collar on your dog, crank it around. If you're not strong enough to do this, you're an invalid human. I'm not here for that noise, right? Like, I've heard it from too many clients for too long.
Same.
Right? Like, do not call this guy if you're on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. He's a criminal. He's a criminal.
Not disagreeing.
I know you're not.
I'm not disagreeing.
I'll just say it out loud because I don't care. Sue me.
I am.
I got a good jury. I got a good... Nope. Not jury.
Lawyer?
One of those things is true.
This is good whiskey.
This is great whiskey.
All right. We had so much more to talk about, guys. But we
did, but you know what? We're at the time, bro.
We're at the time. And I honestly like that we talked about walking as much as we did because it's such an important topic. And we may double tap this. Mm-hmm. I think there's still a lot more we could talk about. I think we're going to close out time-wise. But like, guys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, find a time to walk your dog. It's not an obligation. Yeah. Don't look at it as an obligation. Look at it as an adventure. Look at it as something you get to do, not something you have to do. And I mean, what the fuck are you laughing at?
I know that's why he's laughing at us in this room right now because we're kind of shit hammered. It's going to be okay though.
What a fun day. That's all I got to say.
Listen.
Let's do this.
Let me walk out takeaways. You ready for this? Takeaway number 1, don't be a dick to your dog. Number 2, walk your dog in blue and green environments, right? Like,
quality over quantity.
Walk around the asphalt all day long. It's not nearly as enriching as like giving your dog the opportunity to be a dog to a degree, right? Have some structure in your relationship because structure in your relationship is massively important. And the consistency is the antithesis. Nothing happened. It's the antithesis of torture, right? So like whenever we want to torture somebody, we just make everything unpredictable all the time. Like, don't do that to your dog.
Your dogs need a routine. Absolutely.
Need a routine.
Structure.
You need a routine. Structure that stuff. Integrate it into your daily life. And guys, like, subscribe, and follow at the bottom. And
buy our t-shirts.
Buy our t-shirts. Do the t-shirt thing.
You can look as good as I do.
And we're going to get better at this as we go, I promise.
I'm not promising that.
Cheers, though.
I love y'all, guys.
Love it.
Love y'all. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.